Welcome to another After Action review of trading performance. My name is Thomas. Today is the 26th of the 8th month, 2025. Today, I traded two symbols with my new system. It's called The System. Very original name there, but I liked it. I just forgot one thing. There we go. So I'm just going to go over my trading performance today. Let's see how I did. So let's make sure we see this. So at the start here, we have a gap down. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to trade it. Also, before the open, if you can see it, I don't know if it's big enough. I hope so. So before the open, it had a 3.3 FQN, a 25% of a max pain sell-off, and a 19.75 trading value ratio. So definitely tradable. And the reason why I traded after the open is because it was sold off as one of my symbols, and I really like the sell-off. And then the different techniques I can get in, and then maybe find the low of the day, and make a range that move to the top. That was the plan. So first of all, here we have a candle open. This is theoretically an OR3. You could take the long position here. I don't. The OR3 is an advanced technique which I don't use. But what I do is, what I do use is the WMB3. So if we look here on the Williams percent R, we are in oversold conditions. Here we wait for the MACD uptick right over here. We go here, and then we take the breakout of this bar. The breakout actually happens instantly. It opens in, runs up, takes out the high of the bar, so we're in, and then unfortunately just rolls down, gets us out with about a minus 1.06 R. That's fine. I continue firing. Here the RL10 reverses. Here's a 1, 2, and a 3 entry. Also, this is a WMB3, so it kind of lines up nicely where you can get both of them because, again, you have oversold conditions. Here's the MACD uptick. Here's the breakout of that bar. And so here we just get in. We move our stop to, I move my stop to no lose plus in for 2, and it gets triggered. So we're about minus 1 hour down. Trade number 3. This one's a little bit hard to see. I'll try to make it a little bit bigger. Here, there is kind of like a collapsing dragon. If we imagine this is like the high, the RL10. So you have a high, and you have a lower high. This is like the top of the other RL10 or the lower high. And I've seen so many times when the distance between the belly of the dragon and the RL10 is big, and this was probably about 1 hour, where it's advantageous to get in as quickly as possible, because if it was supposed to sell off, we already have a 1 hour win here before it gets to the low of the day and here. So I got in a little bit, it was a very aggressive entry, if I can say it like that. The second that it reverses, suddenly the signal is to the other side, where this is the price that invalidates the hypothesis of the trade, because this is the top of the RL10. But as you can see, we have a low and a theoretical higher low. So this is kind of a kata too. So what I did was I stopped and reversed theoretically. I took a minus 0.73 R hit, but I got aligned as quickly as possible with the market and managed to kind of grind out this trade for about a 0.39 R. That's pretty nice. But then again, it turns over, it rolls over. Sorry, that's better. And if we look again from kind of a broader perspective, we have a high, a lower high. The dragon has rolled over, and here we have an opportunity to play the kata too short, which is right over here. So this is where the bar closes. That means we're going to take the breakdown of this bar right over here. It takes a couple of bars, but we get in right over here. It sells off. It sells off pretty much, a large amount. These black dots symbolize that it sold off more than 3 R10s. So there is an opportunity to play an SSC to the other side, because we have that part. I have that as part of my entry rules, that it needs a GC3 setup, which means it has to sell off at least the 3 R10s, which it did. So I just follow it with the Bollinger Band mean. I use the Wu Wei exit. I have that right over here. So we just follow it with the Bollinger Band mean, try to get as much of the trend as possible. It reverses, takes us out. I immediately stop and reverse again. The reason for being this is I kind of saw this as an SSC right over here, but since I was still in the trade, I couldn't take it. And when I got out, I was like, well, it's pretty close to an SSC. I would have probably liked it to get in here. A real SSC entry from me would have been just to take the PSAR price crossing the PSAR, so I would have been probably in route here. But of course, in the trade, that's impossible, at least given my exit rules. So I just stop and reverse, try to get on the trend. Here makes a Z3 excursion. There's an idea here to take the exit here. Not part of my exit rules, but I don't think I would be offended if a trader would have said, you know, hey, I got a Z3 breakout and I just took it about a 1 hour gain, especially when we're down. I think during this time I was down about 1 hour or something. So just to take a break even or take a trade that would get you to break even, I don't think is a bad idea. So this could be like a money management exit here for sure. That said, we just take the standard no lose position for two, exit over here. And then here's a really nice entry to the downside. As you can see, we have, again, a high, a lower high, and again, a kata 2 to the short. Also, what is really nice is you can see this this dotted line is the VWAP. And what I see here is price, you know, tries to get through the VWAP, rejects, then it comes crashing down through the Bollinger Band mean. So this looks like a great entry, especially also here because it's a collapsing dragon because of the collapse of this RL10 line. So it's a really nice entry. It works, but it doesn't work enough. And because we just, you know, stick to our stop, we get hit and then we are out of bullets, unfortunately for the day. Would I have stopped and reversed here? I'm not sure. I think I would have definitely thought about the emerging dragon right over here, especially if the Z3 lines are not pinched. That means that there's still an opportunity to trade. It's pretty late in the day, about 2 hours, but I think that's room enough. So with more bullets, I think I would have been able to capture this move, especially since I was doing such a great job of when I look at the chart in general, I'm just trying to get aligned with the trend as much as possible. Maybe this collapsing dragon is a little bit too quick. I was a little bit nervous at the start, not gonna lie. So yeah, but trying to get aligned, you know, it doesn't work once, doesn't work to the other side. I really like this sequence, you know, go long, short, long, short, long, short, long. So, or not long anymore because I didn't have bullets. But I think this is kind of the way that it should be, at least internally, I believe. And when I look at my self-coaching, I think it was a great non-directional bias, meaning that I was able to go to long to short instantly, correct execution of the exit rules. Here, uh, there were some voices in my head to tell me, you know, to get out and stuff like that, but I just stuck with the exit rules, and I stopped after running out of bullets, which is good. Improvements, collapsing dragon first entry was a little bit rushed. I agree. I think that was I could just relax a little bit more, and I have that written. Relax more at the start. So self-coaching for me, going through it all was the unfortunate stuff. Unfortunate not having the bullets for the end, but I think that makes me want to say, or the coach in me would just keep firing, or keep aligning is probably the best way to say that. Um, I think this is just rushed. The collapsing dragon is just rushed. Even though it would have worked, if it would have worked, I would have felt like a genius. Maybe this is a little bit rushed. I love the stop and reverse. That's great, but maybe a little bit rushed at the start. Could just wait for the breakdown of the RL10, especially at the start of the day when this is the range stat. So you still, even if you just take the bottom of the RL10, you still have like 8 R10s to a range stat move. So a little bit rushed, at least internally. Otherwise than that, you know, it feels pretty good. So I give myself an A minus for that rush and a little bit tightness, but overall, I think I traded pretty well down. I feel even though the results a minus 1.36R would say, probably, or would indicate that I wasn't very happy with my trading. To the contrary, I was very happy with the way I traded, and it was one of my goals was just to get aligned with the trend as much as possible and try to do whatever I could to stay aligned. It just moved 54% of a range stat, so not a lot of moves today, and I didn't get the end move. So this is AMD. This is the next two trades, or the other two trades that we had today. The reason why I traded it, let's just go over it briefly. It had 3.4 FQN, a 16.21 trading value ratio, and had a 14.3 max pain sell-off. And the reason why I traded it after the open was because this was an abnormal gap up. I told myself that I should just trade things that sell off, but an abnormal gap, I just kind of overrid that and said, hey, let's try to trade that. So it sells off. Here's the opening candle. You could definitely take an OR3. There's also a 1, 2, 3 entry to the bottom. I was just focused on BITX. I didn't really enter this, and I don't think I would have even wanted to. I didn't have the will to enter. I just wanted to wait for actually a clear pattern to emerge, and that one actually did emerge. It sells off, then reverses. As you can see, the PSAR is still good. That means this is theoretically a Kata 2 wiggle. So you have a low, you have a higher low. You could wait for the emerging dragon. I just took the RLXD entry right over here. We get to a point where we can move to no lose plus dinner for 2. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Perfect. So we can get to no lose plus dinner for 2. It reverses. And now we want to play the short side. The reason being is this was kind of the high of the day. And around this time, when it goes up, we're expecting it to go back to the high of the day. It didn't. It kind of it didn't even make kind of a move to any of these bars to the to the open or something like that. So when it reverses, I'm already thinking, where do I want to short this? And the natural shorting position for me is right over here. As this was a main point of the RL10, so this was where you were short. There was a short possibility here, but I just stuck with my decision, and I said, hey, I'm just going to short it from here, and that's where I got in. Also, the short here, in hindsight, and probably a good idea to also another reason why it's a nice short here is because look at the VWAP again. Price is below the VWAP, or just messing around with it. It goes through the Bollinger Band mean. So I think this is a legitimate short right over here. This bar, when it rejects the VWAP, goes through the Bollinger Band mean. Right over here is a legitimate short. This short is kind of like a must. So maybe a better entry here. I think it could have been, or at least somewhere around here. That means that we would have been able to probably cash no lose plus dinner for 2. While here we just waited, and we got taken out as per our exit rules. That's fine. And then we just stayed out of the chop, which I think was pretty good. So positive things for this symbol was correctly followed my entry and exit rules. That means I didn't rush anything, and I think I got in pretty well. Oops, didn't want to move that, but I guess it's okay. Let's move back. Stayed out of the chop. That was important. Improvements with time, maybe different exit rules. Yeah, this 1 hour loss kind of stinks a little bit and doesn't feel really good. Moving up here, maybe there's a time to get out, but so far not with my Wu Wei exit, and it's fine. I have to take some 1 hour losses, and it's okay. I just think that one of my improvements, if I can put into the self-coaching, was just the improvement in the entry. We have a really safe collapsing dragon, but we need to be looking for the VWAP or the Bollinger Band mean break. I think that's where I can definitely Bollinger Band mean break. That's better. So definitely a little bit of improvement I can make. So overall, even on this symbol, we lost a little bit. Overall, by this week, minus 2.18R, that's for today. Let's just quickly go look at the results. Coin model, win loss, not really something to show after 9 trades. Cumulative R is down, average R multiple is down, bigger average loss than average win, obviously. 5 to 4 wins to losses. So a lot of trades still left on the table. I'm really, really excited. Here's the histogram, just if anybody wanted to see. So I'm really excited for tomorrow and can't wait to trade. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys later.